Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us, the Southern Oregon Family Farms Weekly General Meeting. We actually do this bi-weekly. On the off weeks, we have chair meetings. Southern Oregon Family Farms is a farmer member-owned cooperative, which our objective is to serve the financial best interests of its members. To be a member, you must be an OLCC sun grower, owner-operator with a financially vested interest in Oregon. Southern Oregon Family Farms aims to create systems and strategic relationships that work to streamline product placement on dispensary shelves through wholesale partners and order fulfillment providers. Establishing quality assurance through strict standards of grading practices and package development to reward the end consumer with a quality and repeatable experience. We take action through legislative efforts within the state and position ourselves for a national export model. My name is Aaron, Vice President of the cooperative. The farms I represent is Black Bottle and MD Remedies. Christine Miller, you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Christine Miller. I am the president of the co-op, and I also have a sun-grown tier 2 here in Southern Oregon. I'm a second-generation cannabis farmer.
Thank you, Christine. Tyler, you're next on my view.
Hey, this is Tyler Carpenter with Coomba Hills. I am the grading chair for the grading committee.
Thank you, Tyler. Rhea from Millerville Farms is next on my view.
My name is
Rhea from Millerville. Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Rhea. Patrick from Rogue Ganja.
Hey, everybody. Patrick at Roganja.
also the Sergeant at Arms of the board.
Trying to keep it short.
Yeah.
How about Adrian? You're next on my view.
Adrian Malamitsis, Blue and Yellow Farm, chair of the sales committee.
And Brian Niestrath from Green Bandit.
Hi, everybody. Brian with Green Bandit here. I feel like Green Bandit owns me more than I own it. Sun-grown farm.
And you're the packaging committee chair. So how about
Correct.
Sarah Niestrath, your other half?
Hello, yep, Sarah Neustrath of Green Bandit, and I am the secretary of the board. Thank you.
Alan Clark.
Hello, my name is Alan Clark, Lightwood Horticulture. We're mixed tier 2 out on the coast, Bandit, and on the policy.
And if you didn't quite hear Alan, he's the policy chair. So Devin Parker from Circle D Farms. Not hearing him. So
He's here in spirit. He's here in spirit.
how about we move to Bodie Durant?
Hey everyone, Bodie Durant, Kirby Kush Farms, located in the Illinois Valley, tier 2, full sun.
Thank you, Bodie. Next on my list, I see Cody.
I'm Cody Torbett, founder of Rep Oregon. My business partner Jennifer couldn't make it today, but we do direct sales for a variety of farms and brands through Trek in Salem.
Awesome. Thank you, Cody. Sorry, I actually thought that you were one of our members, but we'll get you to introduce yourself here in a little bit more. I'm trying to go through the list to find people that are members. I know Mark from Alta. I think he's on there.
Hey guys, Mark LaPaglia, Alta Gardens. We're outdoor tier 2. We also do BHO, and we're about to land a processing license. Holla if you need any help with anything. Peace.
Thank you, Mark. Adrian, did I give you a chance? Yeah, you got your chance. All right. I think we've gone through. How about Justin Boltier from Calyx?
Yep. Justin Boltier, CEO of Calyx CPA in Medford, treasurer of the board of the co-op.
Thank you so much, Justin. Does that wrap up our existing members? If anybody
Cody from Savage Skunk.
Oh, there's
That's
Cody.
who I was looking for. Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, what's up? This is Cody, Savage Skunk Farms. Been living in Oregon my entire life. Not going anywhere.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, existing members. Now I'm going to go through and look for ancillary supportive businesses. So Cody, you got a quick minute to introduce yourself. We'll probably come around to after introductions to hear a little bit more about the product offerings that you're doing. So next I see, how about James?
Hey, hopefully you can hear me okay. I've phoned in and also I'm on video. My internet kind of sucks, but I'm James. My partner Nick and Shane are also on here. We were previously co-founders of Buddy's brand, and now onto a separate brand and processing under Alive and Well. Been friends with Christine for a little bit and done a lot of good work with her. So it was stoked to come in and meet you guys and talk about potential processing opportunities in Oregon, branding plays, things like that, specifically BHO stuff.
Cool. Thank you, James. Yeah, I know you guys. So I'll go to Nick Weaver. That's also part of your group, I believe. You're on mute, though, Nick.
Let me unmute. Yeah, I've been in Southern Oregon for in and out about 4.5, 5 years now. I'm very familiar. Aaron, I know you and Christine and Devin. Some of the best weed in the world comes out of there. So looking forward to meeting everyone on this platform.
Nick, what was your business again?
I'm with James with Alive and Well.
Okay,
James.
great.
All right. It's interesting, the order of people move around as soon as they talk, so it gets me a little bit messed up here compared to recent. So how about we do DJ from Pre-Laboratories?
Are you talking about DJ Pre from Greenleaf Labs?
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. DJ Pre from
I'm
Greenleaf
secretly
Labs.
part owner of Pre Labs. No, I'm just kidding. Yep, my name is DJ Pre. I'm with Greenleaf Labs.
Awesome. Well, thank you, DJ. I see Jason Lampman.
Hi there. I'm Jason Lampman. I own State 3 Farms, just super small micro tier. Yeah, that's it. Organic growing.
Where are you based?
I'm actually in Yamhill County, but someone invited me to this. I noticed.
Okay, cool. Where I thought I saw Big Tree. Yeah, Javid.
Hello, I'm Javid, Big Tree Grading, Tamerlan Trading, and Aperon. Thank you.
Thank you, Javid. At the end of the thing, I see a phone number, 828-260-2087. My guess is
that's James phoned in because so I'm on video and on dial in, but James here.
Okay, James.
Okay, James. Mhm.
And you're with Nick as well. The what's your guys' extraction company name?
Alive and Well, and then
Alive and Well.
our other partner,
Alive and Well.
like he's chimed in too. So Nick, Shane, and myself.
Okay, awesome. Well, that gets me through a lot of the list. I see David Tyson's on the call again. Did you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, this is Dave Tyson. I'm here today.
Awesome, David. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Cascade Chronic, right?
Cascade Chronic. Yep.
How about Shane? I don't think I gave you a chance to introduce yourself.
Sorry, I was a little late finishing up a call, but I'm Shane. I'm business partners with James and Nick. I currently live in Los Angeles, but work with them, multi-state. And I got my start in recreational cannabis in 2017, selling moonshine flower. So yeah, there we go.
Cool. Well, nice to meet you, Shane.
Nice to meet you guys.
How about we circle back and give Rep Oregon a chance to introduce themselves and a little bit more about their business and how we can work together.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks for inviting me here too. Appreciate it. So we got our start with Siskiyou Sungrown, selling medicine and sun-grown flower. So we're very passionate about the Southern Oregon cannabis growers, and sun-grown flower is kind of our passion too. And so we got bumped around as sales reps, directors, managers through the industry. And I just noticed all these companies couldn't keep a good rep anymore. They couldn't make enough money. So I kind of tried to circle the wagons for everyone and bring in all the good reps I know in the industry who've all been sales directors or managers. So we could start our own company and provide direct sales to a variety of farms and brands to just diversify our portfolio and then be able to help out a farm and brand who can't afford an entire sales staff for themselves. So it's been fun. We just plug directly in and act like a direct sales force for the brand and the farm, and we route everything through Trek. So we get to focus on the marketing, the product feedback for you guys, the sales and customer service, and then we let Trek do all of our delivery, logistics, and cash collection. And with that model too, it allows the farm or the brand to contract directly with Trek and directly with Rep Oregon. So if you have product there, you can sell it, you can ship it out, you can do whatever you want with it. And then I also get access to it with my buyers. So like how PCM has their stuff set up where people can come in and go shopping. I've kind of tried to do that, but I bring product in for buyers to come see it, and then the farms can fulfill from there for themselves. So if you get orders or I get orders, we just have the product there and able to be shipped out. It's really convenient. And so we work with a network of dispensaries, and we're trying to build up a co-op of dispensaries actually, so we can do centralized buying power for them. And we offer them shopping hours at Trek to come in and look at product and touch it all and see the packaging and see what it'd look like in their store. So kind of fun little network we're putting together. And I come from a kind of specialized with a lot of brokering of processing materials, bringing brands together on projects, co-branding things with people, and just connecting a lot of dots for everyone. And I've noticed that if I stay in and do the dispensary sales and door-to-door stuff, I get a lot of access to things people need. And that just leads back to the brokering side for all the farms and the processors. So it's been kind of a nice little circle for everyone. And we run a small team. We're all Oregon based, and we're just focused on Oregon brands as well. So seems like kind of a cool fit with you guys.
Yes, it does sound like a good fit. You didn't quite touch on the commission structure.
Commission structure is variable on manufactured goods. We like to ask for 10%, but we have a little bit of flex if, there's active house accounts that we don't have to go out and open. We just need to do the customer service and product management there. We're going to lower our rate. Flower wise, I can do two different models. We could do a commission, so we're both selling it at the exact same price to the market, or you guys can set me with a back to farm price, which usually works well for the big bulk stuff. And it's pretty flexible. We're not out here taxing a bunch of stuff on. We're just trying to move stuff for people. Like last week, it's damn near every week I get the phone call. Hey, I got your number from so-and-so. I'm going out of business. Can you come help me? And go look at all of his product and figure out what to do with it. I mean, he was an entire shipping container full of amazing nitrogen packed flour that I'm going to go move for the guy and see what happens for him. So it's just, I'm sick of getting those types of phone calls with people going out of business. I'd rather help before that happens.
Okay.
I have a question just kind of still regarding the pay or the cost. So if you were to orchestrate a sale and then it's also going through Trek as the one who makes it available, what do you know kind of what the range is on the total cost? Like percentage wise is what I'm really looking at here. Cause obviously 20 is the standard in wholesale.
So we're going to be.
Can I say something? I don't mean to interrupt, but I think it'd be really good to hold on the questions until everybody who is a new visitor here gets a chance to introduce their business, and then we'll circle back around and ask questions. Sorry to be a dictator on that, but we want everybody to get a chance.
Can I touch on that really quick? Go ahead. Because it was something I did miss. Trek is amazing at what they do. And they charge a flat 6% rate for all manufactured goods. That includes cash collections, delivery, tracking the product, inventory management, tags, storage, everything, 6% flat. And then for flour, $20 a pound.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so combining with Rep and Trek, you're looking at 16%. So we're trying to beat the industry standard because we run a leaner team just like the farms have to run right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess I'll wait till we circle back for more questions, but yeah, thanks guys.
So how about we give Alive and Well the floor to introduce themselves as a group? So all three of you guys have the floor.
I'll kick off. We're in process of getting a facility ready to process in Oregon. We've got a lot of experience manufacturing. Like you guys, girls, we're extremely focused on quality. You know, we'd like to bring things to market that reflect what you guys do in the field. Sun-grown is the direct to, you know, what we would typically process. Turf for everything, flavor is everything. I feel like we do our jobs right with processing. The end result is something that essentially looks like distillate, beautiful, light color oil, and it smokes extremely well. We've done this in the past with Christine and some of her, farm material. We've left the market when we separated from our last brand, and we're just getting our ducks in a row to re-enter. So we're kind of just listening to understand the different flower options that might line up with the things that we look to bring to market in terms of concentrates. The bread and butter of our current business in California right now is 510 thread carts. You guys can check us out on aliveandwell.life Instagram and see some of the work we do, or our website is We Are Alive and Well. But yeah, all things flavor, you know, like Nick said, I'll let him jump in. He serves as our lab director, and we're all, you know, equal partners on this venture. But you guys, you know, put out some of the best weed in the world, and we're really in tune with that. We're pretty choosy on the types of products that we'd like to work with. And I'm confident that, you know, everybody on this call, a part of this group with farm infrastructure, you know, you guys are most likely going to be in line with some of the things that we get really excited and passionate about. With all that said, I mean, there's a lot of product grown in this space. We'd like to stop that from going to distillate. It's not really helping anybody's cause from a cost level. It's robbing the end user of the experience that you guys grew in the first place. But we know that we've got to price things in a way that connects with the market and gets it to sell. So our goal is to find that balance where we can bring quality at a scaled level, but connect that with a price that really does some action in the market. So I'll pause there, let Nick or Shane jump in.
Yeah, my main focus is to, you know, I don't know really how the market is right now in Oregon as far as a pure live resin, 100% non-cut, no flavor additives, terpenes first kind of play. But that was kind of my intentions always, was to provide something that I enjoy to intake. And so just keeping that holistic mentality, we're going to come back into the market trying to represent your products, your frozen flower / cured flower, and really try to talk about terroir, talk about the farm, you know, kind of talk about why that matters, why fresh squeezed orange juice is better than Sunny Delight, you know. And so been canvassing the markets from Washington, Oregon, and California, and seeing a lot of you know, craziness on the retail shelf. You know, so in California there's still distillate carts that are $65-70, which is crazy. So you know, it's like you put a shiny package and then you put some Sunny Delight in it and you sell it for more than fresh squeezed orange juice. I think the market needs someone who wants to do it right at a fair price. And you know, that's kind of my mentality. You know, I want to find good farmers and good weed and represent that well, and then go in the stores and talk about why that's important. So that's kind of where my head's at.
All right.
Shane, if you want to jump in on sales side, or, you know.
You guys, I mean, you guys summed it up well on the sell side. It's just, yeah, I feel like we're all in the process of selling selling a product more or less. But yeah, I mean, if it I guess stands out on its own, it makes our job on the sell side much easier. But yeah, you guys covered it.
All righty, well, Justin's pointing me to go to questions after we get full introductions. So not that we don't have questions for you, Nick and Shane. And the 828 number is, what's his name? Is it Cody?
Oh, that's James.
That's James.
That's James' voice.
Nick.
He's got two slots.
Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense on my end. Okay, all right, I see that now. So how about we transfer over to DJ Pre from Greenleaf Labs? And if any you guys have any standing questions, we'll save those till we get introductions through.
How's it going, guys? Love that I get to, kind of sit in and kind of see what you guys are all about. If anybody has any questions for me, go ahead and fire away. I'll do my best to answer any questions you guys might have.
Well, I've been seeing some good test results coming out of Greenleaf Labs. The farm really appreciates high potency numbers just because the market is so high potency number driven. But could you talk a little bit about your pricing and how you could help the farmers get in on some components? And also there's testing going on right now for heavy metals. I'd encourage you to talk about that.
Absolutely. So obviously, yeah, we're going through kind of a transition here, and part of that transition is going to be our pricing structure, which, obviously there's more cost to more analysis. So now we're talking about the addition of mycotoxins, we're talking about the addition of heavy metals, and we're talking about the addition of microbials. That being said, I'm told that flower testing at full price is $700, and nobody panic because we love to hand out discounts, especially to people that are long-standing. And as I'm sitting here listening to this meeting, I'm thinking, wow, what an opportunity to create a pricing structure for members. And I'd love to, kind of talk about that a little bit more in the future and see if we could come to a price, because we understand well how the flower market's going and how it hasn't been going well. I hear it more often than I'd like to recently that people are having to shut the doors. So anybody still standing, I think, should be proud of that fact. And moving forward, we understand our success is based on your guys' success. And that being said, the pricing is a big part of that. And so I'm not here to throw out any solid numbers as it is at this current moment, because again, I'd like to talk about discounts for members, and I think that would be an interesting opportunity for everyone involved. And then as far as heavy metals go, it's my understanding that there's been some failures. We are just now, like as of yesterday, performing heavy metals testing, and there hasn't been a lot yet because that's everything that's after March 1st, whether that be it's been harvested or if there's an extract that has been processed. And so there's not a lot of that circulating yet, but we're getting into that as of this week. And so I myself am curious to see, are people having problems with their water? Are they having problems with their soil? Because, it's my understanding that the heavy metals like to hide in all of those things. And also nutrients.
I have a quick question for you regarding the heavy metals. Do you know which heavy metals specifically they are testing for? Because I know, specifically with organics, any inputs from the ocean are highly likely to have heavy metals in them. And then also zincs and magnesiums and other inputs that the plants need are heavy metals. So I'm wondering, are they gonna regulate us to a point where organics become nearly impossible due to the fact that heavy metals are a requirement for that, or are those ones not even on the docket for what they're testing for?
So I'll tell you what they're testing for. It's arsenic, cadmium, lead, and mercury.
Okay.
Those are the four.
I can tap in on some of this. I've had a lot of experience with extracting flour that has failed in flour form for heavy metals down in California. And I have had no issue after my process of making live resin for failing. So as far as processing goes, in a solventless world, you're going to have some problems. But in the BHO world, I haven't had a trace show up. So in the process, I can tell you how that happened scientifically, but we don't need to go into that. But I'm a little scared of it at first in California. But then I saw the test results before and after, and I'm like, well, I don't think this is an issue. And so just for some relief moving forward on that, it was arsenic, cadmium, lead, mercury, same things they're testing for in California. So for peace of mind, just wanted to throw that in there.
That's refreshing here.
Yeah, and I'd also like to add, and I can forward this email to whoever may value from it, but the OLCC sent out a bulletin recently with all of the information that one would need for the heavy metals and microbials, what they're looking for, what your options are if there's a failure, things of that nature. I'd be happy to forward that email.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We got one more intro.
Okay. David, you want to give yourself a quick
Well,
introduction?
Jason Lampman's a new visitor. It looks like, right? He hasn't got to go to introduce his farm.
All right. Jason?
Oh, if he's there.
You might be muted.
He's muted.
Jason's the micro tier. Earlier, he gave a
And
quick
he says he's in a tractor. He said that in the chat.
Oh, he's
so
in a
not in the
tractor.
chat right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that, Aaron. I just wanted to make sure all the new people got a chance to give a thorough introduction.
Right. So Javid, do you want to give yourself an introduction and Big Tree and what you guys are doing? No, hear from Javid. So where's that put us now, Justin? We're back to questions for people that have introduced themselves.
Yeah. There's David is a returning visitor. Javid's a returning visitor. I think we're good. All the people who are new got the chance to talk. And, if you want to also chat, like if you guys are interested in a specific topic that you guys want to cover today, I always like hearing about the market, the state of the market and what people are feeling just in general. But yeah, we definitely want to give times for those people who might have questions for our guests, for sure.
So
I
Alan
need to
Clark,
touch on grading at some point too.
sure, I'll get you that chance, Tyler. So Alan, you had your hand up first.
Yes, thank you, Aaron. My question is for Cody with Rep Oregon. You mentioned earlier that you're looking at potentially grouping or co-oping retailers to help move product. Now, if and when and how that manifests itself, would they be looking for a discounted price based on volume?
Yeah, that would be the play. So we would save the brand's money by intaking all the products centrally to Trek and distributing them out to the co-op from there, and then doing the discounted profit sharing. So we get a discount from the farmer brand because they don't have to worry about sending it all over the state. And then we get the maximum sell through and order out to those stores. And the co-op has the buying power of, a larger retail chain. So we're trying to get individual stores and small chains kind of together to do that and group up their buying and synchronize everything. So that's kind of
I
the goal.
understand that. That makes a lot of sense. One of the issues that I face personally with larger retail chains is lowballing because of the amount of volume. So then how do we not pigeonhole ourselves as farmers with the establishment of like a retail co-op? And then they're like, well, we're the buyers this is the price and this is all we're going to pay. And this is all that we agree that we're going to pay.
Mhm. Well, the benefit of Oregon is there's always somebody else who's willing to step up and a new brand to fill. So yeah, you have to play ball with the farms or you're going to lose the relationship. So it's definitely a balancing act. And then, you know, Trek and Rep probably being caught in the middle of that, making sure everyone's happy and getting what they need. But you know, the overwhelming getting 30-40% off for a big nectar order, that's just unreasonable and shouldn't be happening. So having something standardized that's reasonable for everyone, like, hey, it does save you time and money because you're not running around doing collections, you're not delivering, you're not waiting in the lobby trying to check the product in. Like Trek just has to handle all that for you, and then that should be enough to justify a discount from our opinion. But you guys could definitely tell me if you disagree or don't want to play that, you know.
I mean,
So-
we've discussed a pricing arrangement that has room for bulk deals and stuff like that. So as long as it's not, like you're saying, like a huge discount that's just like really shooting us and just putting another thing onto the farm to kind of like take another bullet. I think that it sounds really great. I feel like everything that happens in the industry, it always comes down to a cost to the farm. So it's like the price goes down, the dispensaries still make the same dollar. It costs us more to produce, and yet we make less money. So obviously money, price breaks is a concern for us because our margins are so small. I mean, I sold half my weed this year at a loss because the market was so low.
Yeah, I know. It's not fun for any of us involved.
Yeah, it sucks.
It really does. These conversations have felt endless for over a year. And one of the other things we're trying to do, we have a vendor managed inventory through Trek. So we plug in with an API code for anything we deliver to the dispensary, we can track and manage the par levels. So we can monitor the SKUs, say, hey, strawberry's not doing well, let's get you more banana. Or hey, every time you run out of strawberry, let's get you a bigger order. And then try and do centralized single day deliveries. So we're actually taking up less time of intake and trying to help out by not having trucks driving to the shop 10 different times a week, which seems totally unreasonable. And then we end up upgrading those stores and they give us, 100 SKUs for us to just manage ourselves. And then we've been approached by a few shops that want us to manage all their flour as well. So that's where I could see a benefit for you guys and having direct access to a variety of farms that could fulfill those shelves and keep that flour stocked in there. And the cool thing about flour is the price is known to be variable. So a discount doesn't have to be a stab kind of thing, like we can play with where we need to be margin wise if we have enough farms all sticking together is how I feel. Instead of just saying, hey, we're at 400 at this tier and then a co-op needs 20% off. Well, that doesn't seem totally reasonable to me, especially on flour. So it's just the ease of access is kind of the discount that some of these dispensaries would like, if that makes sense.
Adrian, you have your hand up.
Yeah, my question is for the dudes at Alive and Well. It's actually a multi-part question, but the first one is if I understand correctly, you guys don't have a lab here just yet. If not, when are you looking to be active? And then I'm not really familiar with the concentrate world. I do know that I'm trying to either co-brand or do 50-50 splits or things like that, whether it's distillate, shatter, crumble. So if you guys could give a little feedback on how you guys do your thing and what you specialize in. I don't know if it's shatter or whatever. And if you do splits or you just buy product, and what kind of product do you really like to work with?
James, do you want to kind of tap into that, or you want me to kind of take over?
I'll just answer quickly on the development stages. We submitted to Josephine County for site plan review. So we have a building, it's in Grants Pass. It's got good power, loading docks, the stuff that we know that we would need to be operational. The building needs a fair amount of work, and we're pacing that based on the county's feedback, which if you guys have any experience with, you kind of know what we're up against on the site plan review. My guesstimate is it's 6 months. In between now and then, we'll just be taking minor steps for when that approval comes. Then we can really get to it. I don't want to get too far ahead of it in case something weird happens, but the building is zoned appropriately. Landlord's okay with it. We've got all the endorsements, yada, yada. So it's kind of a hurry up and wait, and we do not have a license. So I just float that out there. I know there's several around. Christine's pointed us to some. So just know that we're in development stage plus licensing stage. And Nick, I'll let you kick off on types of products and what we specialize in and those kinds of things.
You know, mainly we focus on live resin. So we will do like, you know, a kind of a diamonds and sauce kind of situation in a dab, or a cured crumble. Try to stay away from shatter. Shatters, I mean, you can basically have a similar quality, maybe better looking situation in a crumble for the same price of a shatter. I think shatter's pretty low these days, like the lowest priced category. So, and it's not user friendly, you know, for the consumer. But mainly we specialize in live resin vape carts, and then live resin dabs. So we're not doing anything to do with distillate at the moment, but you know, we could have cannabis derived terpene distillate, which would you know, be if you had an, you know, Girl Scout cookies, it would taste like Girl Scout cookies, and it wouldn't taste like fake flavored, you know, crap. So we can achieve that as well. So you could have a distillate vape cart that tastes like Girl Scout cookies and or bubble gum or PHK, you know, and so on. So our live resin vape carts are uncut, fully decarbed. If you rip them, they will get you almost as high as a joint, just because of the way we process. We've been doing this process for a long time and focusing on like the end user experience. So color has to be there. Purple strains give you darker, a little bit of a darker oil versus you know, light green strains, more sativa based. They give you a lighter color. So there's a little bit of variance there, but generally it's close to the color of a distillate cart. And this is 100% live resin. So, you know, it's something that you can be proud of if you put your flower into our process. So, because, you know, we're very concerned with quality control. So
are you guys planning on?
Model would be like, we do split a good amount, but we want to be cautious that if we were to give you back, say 50% of what we've made, can you sell it? I think the functionality of what we're learning that this co-op represents is helping get product to market and convert it to, you know, sustainable cash flow. So for us, we've got high manufacturing capacity, you know, but if we hand you 20 kilos of oil, that doesn't necessarily help you get it sold. So we're easy to work with in terms of should we do a you know, collab or a farm call out on our packaging? Do you want product back? Or are we going to sell this in bulk? I think our preference would be to structure something that's sustainable. So you guys stay in business, we stay in business, and we find a happy medium of how to bring quality at a scaled level to the market.
Christine has her hand up.
I wanted to let Tyler finish his thought first. If that's okay.
He just answered my question.
Okay. I have been working with James and Nick and Shane since I was first licensed, and they are amazing. They produce amazing product, and I would love to have a Southern Oregon Family Farms line come through them and sell it as that. I think it would be so good for all of us.
So how do I get in touch with you, with Nick? What's Nick's phone number?
Why don't you guys just post it in chat? And David, take a look in the chat once they post their information on there.
Okay, I'll figure that out.
It's at the bottom. It looks like a little thought balloon.
Okay, yeah.
The glow balloon.
I got a lot of frozen material to talk to you about.
And honestly, I think 6 months is probably right about when we're going to be wanting to expand our product lines heavily for sales too. So that might really work out with your guys' timeline.
So my question, and when you say live resin, you mean fresh frozen material. You're not really, your priority is to process fresh frozen material versus cured?
As far as processing, fresh frozen material is gonna be a safer bet for, achieving the right quality in a vape cart. But good cured material can go to crumble, some sort of dab situation. So we can process cured. But as far as, you're going to have a better chance quality wise for achieving a price with fresh frozen. So live resin, fresh frozen, cured resin, cured buds or dried buds. And we typically don't, want to bring trim to the market unless it's of the right quality. The rule of thumb is if you reach your nose into the tote or the bag, if it has a trim note to it, that's generally not what we're looking for to represent our brand. And, but it all depends on metrics of what you're looking for. So, if it smells like trim, it's going to produce a trim like, end result in the nose. So can't really cover that up. So just for frame of reference to answer your question.
Alan, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I'm sorry if I missed this. When you're up and running, what's your capacity, pounds per week, per month, et cetera, turnaround time proposed?
And I kind of, as far as what we can do per week, let's just say what we're doing in California right now, we can roughly process about 500 pounds a week on a 40-hour shift. That's fresh frozen. So, if we were to add 2 more shifts and go 24/7, which we have done before, because we're that busy and we can sell that much, then, kind of triple that number. So 1,500 pounds. And then depending on expansion of more machines and stuff like that, we could probably do a little bit more than that. The most I did with Buddy's brand, just for reference, was about 16,000 pounds in a month. That was kind of the record. So that's full capacity. But we're not at that point right now because we don't need to be. We need to figure out how to sell all that if we're going to get to that point.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Christine, you still have your hand up?
I also wanted to talk about Rep Oregon and how I think that they would be a really good fit to start off as a sales team for our co-op, but I think maybe Tyler should talk to them a little bit about our grading system that we're trying to do and kind of like our soft menu maybe, so that they can understand like what we're trying to bring as the co-op. Like we have individual farms and we're going to have our own stuff that's going on, but as our soft menu, they might be a good fit for that product. And maybe we should tell them a little bit about what we're trying to do and see if we can do some Q&A to see if we might want to work with them.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Also, then I can kind of get on the topic of grading because anybody who's a farm member, I sent out an email last night with the submittal form. I'd really like to get those in as soon as possible. If I didn't get an email to a farm member, If you guys could reach out to me, that means I didn't have it in the system or couldn't find it on the SOFF documents I'm shared with. I want to get that form in everybody's hands so I can do some grading next week. Basically, for we're planning on bringing grading product to market. It'll essentially have its own COA, which will be a breakdown of the flower quality that has a numbered scale that scores a number of different quality ranges of flower, so that when stores look at product on our menu, they can get an idea why it's marked at the price that it is, what shelf it will fit on for their sales, and it's going to ensue a lot more customer confidence in the product that they're getting before the actual moment that it goes into the meeting for the sale. If we can do it correctly, like Javid has in Washington, we can really reduce the amount of times that you go to a store and they are like, oh, you know what, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something totally different. Everything that is going to be sold through SOFF will have a grade, and I believe we're going to do some grading for the SOFF members as well. We have kind of just been touching on that. As far as the sales itself goes, I think it would be a great idea to invite anybody that we're considering doing sales with to the next sales meeting with Adrian. I'll be there as well, and we can kind of dig in on how it would work really in depth and have a sole focus on the sales.
Yeah, that works for me.
Tyler, should I put your email address in the chat so that people who want to email you about the committee meeting can?
Yes, that'd be awesome. I'm driving, or I would do it myself.
Will do.
Do you guys want me to drop my phone number and email in the chat so you can reach out?
Please do.
Yes, please.
Where is our grading gonna be taking place?
So I have to lock those in. I'm hoping to do one grading in CJ. Hopefully we can do it at Ria's wholesale, which I haven't had a chance to speak with her about yet. So I'm just shooting from the hip. And then in the email I sent last night, I requested to be put into contact with Matt over at Jefferson Packing House, since they extended the offer out to us. The reason I want to do two is to just kind of save everybody a lot of runaround. We got a lot of farms that are a lot closer to Medford than CJ, and vice versa. Trying to get it set up in a system where we basically do one grade session every other week in the beginning in each area in lieu of the grading committee meetings. And then moving forward past that, once we're decently established and we have a good number of products on the menu, bump the grading back to once a month, and just kind of have like a total house number of product that is on the menu, because it doesn't really help the farms or the sales team to have an insane abundance of the same stuff on the menu.
As far as the Jefferson Packing House, I was with Matt yesterday, and he's game to let you guys have stuff transferred to a spot, for free. He doesn't want money to inhibit our actions, but at the same time, as a group, I think it would be wise that all of us split the cost of a handling unit. One handling unit can fit 15 totes. Each tote can roughly have about 15 pounds inside of that. So I think if we want to do grading or or order fulfillment, also a good idea for DJ from Greenleaf is a way that we could probably accommodate a pricing adjustment associated through a group discount would be getting all of our product in one spot, so you're not traveling around. And Tyler, I'll send you Matt's number, but you can also tell me what day you would like it to happen. Send me the details, and then I'll also be more than happy to facilitate that with Matt if you like.
Awesome. Yeah. Really, I gotta wait until I get submittal forms before I can schedule anything. I need to know how many we're gonna have and what areas they're in. If we only have one or two in the Medford area, I'll probably just go to the farms and grade it there. But it all just depends on how many submittals we get for this first one.
One thing that I like to go over if we're open to topics is just the feeling of the market and how things are doing in terms of sales and whatnot. I know we kind of were hesitant to talk numbers, but it just seems like things are going pretty good compared to this time last year. If anybody wants to chime in, but no requirement.
I just started last week, so I have no idea, but I'd love to hear.
I put my inventory guy on sales, started last week, had him target the Eugene area, and our prices on our menu is 400 to 500. And we've seen a lot of feedback and willingness to schedule meetings at that number. We had one immediate sale within like the first 4 calls. So I mean, it seems like the 4 to 5 range is doing pretty well. But I'll know more after my trip on the road today for sure.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and end this meeting, or not end the meeting, but end the recording. You guys are all welcome. I've got to split. You guys are all welcome to continue to talk. Aaron, I'm going to go ahead and put this in your hands.